Have you ever considered that by giving up the big home and mortgage that you can actually enhance your life with better quality of living because you will have the freedom to enjoy your life and do the things you want to do? There is a movement of people who are getting away from the traditional 30-year mortgage home buying experience and realizing that instead of being strapped by mortgage, they can live in a tiny home and have more money to do the things that they love to do. This is important for many reasons in this time because we're trying to reduce our carbon footprint, and less living is easier on the environment. I believe tiny house living is not only good for yourself, but it also helps the environment. Here are some examples. Tiny house. Here's an example of a tiny house. Here's an exterior floor plan. Interior floor plan. Also, the average price of a tiny home can start around $20,000, while the average cost of a 30-year mortgage home in 2010 was over $221,000. My source is Noteworthy Tiny Houses. Building your own tiny home can give you pride because you can be involved in the design process and feel that you can make it part of your new home with your own ideas. Going big in a tiny space, you can customize how you would like to live. You can use every little nook and cranny and bring the things that mean a lot to you without having the clutter. Tiny home living also allows you to live efficiently. You can have hot water heaters that are on demand, powered by propane, opposed to your 60-gallon hot water heater. You can live off the grid by switching all your lighting to 12 volts and powering batteries with solar panels, which creates also less carbon footprint. You can also think that you can build it better, not bigger. You can make it more, more fuel efficient. It can be built with the best insulation. You can heat it with very, very small energy. The heaters, air conditioners, such things. There are a lot of compromises in tiny house living. You must be frugal and interactive in creating function and storage. You must think this out well. When you build or buy your tiny home, you can still surround yourself with your cherished items. A tiny home is still a home, so you won't want to have your personal effects and stamp on it. Tiny home living can also be eco-friendly by choosing sustainable materials, such as your siding can come from cedar trees, which won't be hard. It's a renewable resource and will not be hard to maintain because you do not have a lot of it, opposed to vinyl siding, which is hard on the environment. You have to constantly clean it, and therefore this means less material, less to maintain, and more homes can fit on less land. Tiny house living is good for yourself and the environment. A person who chooses tiny house living can use their money now to live better. You don't have to be stuck in your home saying, all I need to do is pay for this, and off to work I go. You can travel. You can do the things, like I said, you want to do. If you live simple, sometimes I think simple is better. You don't feel as confined or trapped by your home. Your home enables you to live. You're only going to live with your necessities anyway. And why have 10 bedrooms that you have to heat, you have to cool, you have to dust, you have to clean? For example, you could clean your tiny home within an hour, where it would almost take you a week's worth of paycheck to hire someone to clean your big home. I like tiny homes, and I'm really considering building one. I can design it and make it the way I want, put it where I want, and if I don't like where I am, I can hook it to a truck, and if I don't have a truck, I can hire somebody, very reasonable, and move to a new location without having to leave my belongings somewhere, and just move on, and I'm almost situated. Except for, and just think, the smaller the house, the bigger the yard. Thank you.